ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another week of the High School League of Legends Star League. It's actually the High School Star League here for League of Legends. My name is Rapid. With me is Seamoose. We are about to get into yet another week of High School Star League of Legends action.
Yep, we're kicking this off with Memorial High School versus the University School of Milwaukee. So both teams 4-0 so far in the HSL, so I'm really excited to see what we're going to see from these guys.
All right, and what we're going to see are picks and bans. And you can already see there Rek'Sai Veigar banned. And you want to take a look at that the second ban there for University of Milwaukee, because something tells me you don't see a whole lot of Malzahar bans.
Yeah, that has got to be a targeted ban for sure. Veigar is actually a ban that we started to see. I've seen it a bit in solo queue, especially after this Worlds, and everything else has seemed to be pretty standard fare. But that Malzahar ban, definitely a targeted pick. They're trying to deny that from Memorial, but with all these strong picks left open, every top laner is actually left open. So I'm curious to see what these guys decide to play. You know, Darius, Fjord, Gangplank are all champions that seem to be very strong in this meta, and players are prioritizing them pretty heavily. Although right now, Eagle hovering over that Echo.
That's right, and speaking of Echo, there may be a little bit of one on the stream, so I should have fixed that one up at least by now. But the real big thing to talk about are going to be probably their mid lanes. You can see, like, is wacky bans here, at least if you compare these things to things like these bans, things like Worlds or any, super high-level professional play. The players in this game, and a lot of people ask me this, players in this game are between Diamond and Platinum Elo, and they all go to high school, which means that they are way better at League of Legends than I was when I went to high school. Which was a while ago. But at least for this game, we're going to see some of the best players in the High School Star League, including a jungler that I want to really talk about, Master Roshi. I hear that guy is actually pretty good. It's Diamond 1, and he's putting on the moves. So there you go, the Echo you talked about being hovered over, Seamoose. It's got to get locked in there for Memorial.
Yeah, and what's interesting is even though they picked up Echo, that's actually really a flex pick. This could go in the top lane, this could go in the jungle, and we've even seen it in the mid lane a couple of times. So University School of Milwaukee, they'll definitely have to play around that. Instantly though, Braum and Yasuo, that is a very strong wall composition, has both the walls in the game.
Yeah, and so the idea with Braum Yasuo is basically you put a long range, carry line behind them, and then you just walk forward with Wind Wall, with Braum's Wall. Not a whole lot can get through that. It's also really good at defending against poke compositions, because if you're going to get poked, you just throw up all your shields. You're just like, all right, shields, the maximum, full blast, and you can't really get through that. So double shield comp, like you're saying, starting out pretty well. We'll see how they decide to develop that, because you do still need some maybe knockups for Yasuo, and figure out a way that you can not only survive the lane phase but also transition into the team fight phase. So back over to Memorial, Seamoose. Looks like we got a lock in on Thresh. Let's be thinking about this Evelynn as well.
Yeah, so this Evelynn pickup is definitely a great counter to the wall, because obviously Evelynn's going to get into close melee range really and go for those hate spikes, and her ultimate isn't a projectile as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that's probably going to be the jungle though, which would probably tip Milwaukee off that this is a lane phase Echo, either in the mid lane or top lane. If they've done their scouting properly, they should know who plays it. But they're going to pick Malphite and Kalista as well. So that you said before that they're going to need to pick a lot of knockups to complement that Yasuo. And so far, they have picked some excellent knockup champions.
Oh, absolutely. And I just think especially when you look at just knockups and knockups and knockups, Kalista, one of the only AD carries that actually has a knockup. Although I think it also procs off of things like Buster Shot and Condemn as well. But yes. Either way, you're going to be able to knock up a bunch of people there with Kalista. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see maybe a jungle pick here that also has a knockup, something like maybe Vi is going to be locked in here. We don't know exactly what we can see there from the jungle. Could be jungle Malphite, although with as much Malphite top lane as we've been seeing in places like Worlds, probably not going to see it here.
Yep, and so T-Cross, he's hovering over Varus. He was actually in the lobby talking about, as a joke, don't ban Varus. Although he hasn't played many games in solo queue, that champion. And it's also interesting, why would you pick that Varus into double wall composition? Obviously, Varus mid is something we've seen quite a bit in League of Legends in Season 5. It's after his Q duration got changed, it's very, very effective in sieging. It does quite a bit of damage. But if you're going to go up against those like we said before, though, the walls are going to be able to stop the projectile pretty simply. However, of course, the Q cooldown is lower than the walls, so I'm curious to see how that sort of interaction plays out.
Yeah, Varus not necessarily a great pick to go into this big wall comp. Plus, Varus suffers from the same sort of shortcomings that AD carries like Jinx have, where they are just not very mobile. Your Varus, there's only without Summoner Spell Flash, you're not going to get away from something like Malphite, like a Braum ult, unless you're down to sidestep. And oh, by the way, you know what counts as a big knockup in the jungle? It's Moonfall from Diana. So she's going to have another area of effect knockup, and let's just say, for the purpose of our imaginations, that maybe Memorial High School gets off to a crazy lead. Well, you know how much their crazy lead means when they get knocked up 5 people 5 times and all that damage on top of it? Not a whole lot. So really going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, the potential team fight from University School of Milwaukee, it's pretty disgusting so far. And like you were saying before, if they can get another jungler that has a knockup, all 5 champions on the side of Milwaukee's team all can provide knockups for the Yasuo. So long as Pritsky makes sure to hit that R button on time, they should be able to get some pretty clear team fights in their favor. That being said, though, when you're up against Tristana, there's always sort of that time limit on a game. And if Memorial High School can get the positional advantage and get a nice rotation, they can take turrets down super, super quickly.
Oh yeah, absolutely ridiculous, the speed at which they're going to take turrets down. So Memorial, one of the things that they have that's not very team composition specific is going to be this Evelynn jungle. Now, you don't pick Evelynn jungle to farm things up and get to the late game. You gank a whole lot, you bypass all the wards, and you make people really wish that they could place pink ward trinkets early on, because it's very, very difficult to scout out where Evelynn is. So we might see an early jungle invade, might see some early wards in the jungle at the camps just to maybe scout her out. We'll see exactly how University School of Milwaukee wants to deal with this, and whether or not that wombo combo composition that they've got is going to pay off. It's going to be really exciting to watch. But in the meantime, we do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we head into our first of this best of 2 series between Memorial and University School of Milwaukee. So let's go ahead and give a shout out to MSI, Roccat, Jinx, Twitch, Tespa, Loot Crate, and of course Newegg. Without their support, we would not be able to bring you these games, so we do want to thank them for supporting the High School Star League and of course the League of Legends tournament here. So thanks for watching, everyone out there. Stick around and we'll be right back with game number 1 in this best of 2 series between Memorial High School and University School of Milwaukee. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the High School Star League for our first in this best of two series between Memorial High School and the University School of Milwaukee. I'm pretty sure that's just so you can tell your parents that you're going to university when you're actually just going to high school. Makes it sound super fancy. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the teams here tonight. So for the University School of Milwaukee, they're going to be running an area of effect knock-up combo comp that's going to be really effective maybe a little bit later on, but they're all starting to group up here around the river.
Yeah, honestly, Braum is a very strong champion in a level 1 situation, and they also have the Callista damage from her Sentinel. That being said, though, they are going to get scouted out, and Pulse Fire gets hit for just a bit of damage, so they're probably not going to be able to invade anymore. You mentioned before that Master Roshi, he's the best player as far as solo queue ranking for Memorial High School, and on that Evelyn, he might go for some early jungle invades. He's the player I have my eye on just to see what he does in the early game to potentially snowball the advantage for his team.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about how to snowball advantages for Evelyn. Well, you can't see her, so she can get wherever she needs to in sneaky places, and that's really why I was sort of highlighting Master Roshi and all of the skill that he's developed on this champion, because it's that skill that you can put to so much use. It's like, very mechanical champions like Zed or Lee Sin. Everybody's like, wow, you did that cool outplay because you're so good with the champion. Well, for Evelyn, it's not quite as quick and flashy. It's more about how you get into good positions to go for these sneaky ganks.
Yeah, and Master Roshi is definitely an Evelyn expert. He's played 40 games with her in solo queue and has about a 3 KDA, and that's in Diamond 1 Elo, so that's pretty impressive. And we will actually see the double jungle start, which is fairly standard between the top laner and the jungler. Obviously, bot lane, Fed, GG. He's going to tank a lot of the damage there, and that's a Krug start for this bot lane. I just actually noticed the name TSM Mother Pearl. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, it's not quite as funny after today, and I'm not going to spoil too many things, but I'm going to point out maybe some early aggression going on. You can see, Krisis is actually just teleporting up to the top lane. Double jungle starts fairly standard on both sides, but this is not quite the double jungle you're used to, where the solo laner will go with the actual lane. They actually split up a little bit, did their own camps, and maybe that makes the jungler really sad because they can lose so many of their camps so early on, but we're going to have basically standard lanes here, even though we took a little bit of a weird way to get there.
Yeah, at this point, everything's basically back to normal. The CS lead, nothing really too just significant because it's only been about 3 minutes. Master Roshi's going to have his blue buff, and he's going to have a nice chunk of HP left, so I'm curious to see if he decides to go for that gank either in the top or mid lane. Varus, so long as the wind wall is down, can actually provide a decent amount of CC, especially once he gets to level 6. Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah, going in. There's a lot of damage. So this is going to be a flash forced out. Whoa, nice wind wall. And Pritzky loses a lot of health, but does save that flash.
Yeah, that's that hail of arrows providing a pretty good slow, and then if Master Roshi can get in range for the red buff proc, he can slow Yasuo down, but a nice wind wall means that they're not going to get anything more. He's actually going for a repeat gank.
Yeah, going in back once again. This time Windwall is not down. Man, look at that red buff damage. Just ticking down so much of that health. And sooner or later, yeah, here we go. Pritzky actually going to be forced to get out of lane. So no kill there. No Summoner's Burn, but still a lot of lane pressure there for Varus.
Yep, T-Cross forcing the recall just to make sure that he doesn't get hit by the piercing arrow anymore. But Pritzky might actually stay. And instead it's going to be T-Cross. Nope. T-Cross, knowing that Pritzky is this low, might look for something else. Hook barely missing, but it looks like we'll be looking back at the mid lane. He's got to be careful here. That's, yeah, the shield's going to heal or protect him for a little bit, but if he takes a lot more damage, he's in trouble.
Well, T-Cross is very pushed up in lane here, so could see a problem if Pulsefire decides to go in with this. Keep in mind, pre-level 6 Diana ganks, not incredibly devastating, but man, bottom lane's where the action's at. First blood! We might see another one turned right back around here. Master Roshi very low, but still going in with damage. One more auto attack for a double kill. TSM Mother of Pearl putting up the big scores with a 2-0 start to the game.
And I've got to say, University School of Milwaukee, that was a little bit greedy. They knew that Evelyn ganked the mid lane twice and then headed towards the bot lane. So they should have potentially expected something was going to happen, especially because Evelyn started on the bot side and there's nothing she could really clear. That being said, though, fantastic game coming out of Master Roshi, but T-Cross now, he's in trouble.
Oh, Pritzsky not level 6, and neither is Pulsefire, so there's no real way to lock down T-Cross. Takes all that damage, but doesn't wind up actually having to blow a summoner. Pritzsky was actually pretty low when he went into that, so I don't know if fully committing to it would have been the best idea. But either way, none of these ganks mid have really been that effective. One of them pushed Pritzsky back a little bit, and now sure he's going back again, but no pressure really phases T-Cross all that much.
Yeah, T-Cross still has the CS advantage, and he's still pushing the Yasuo back. Pritzsky, he's stayed so far, and actually, Sycus, or Syzicus, taking a little bit of damage at this top lane. It's been pretty even so far.
The rat pupil of Plato and Aristotle, Syzicus.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's bringing out. Did you know there's actually a bunch of like crazy pupils or names of like Greek philosophers? Well, can't even talk about it. We're going into the mid lane. There we got the Hail of Arrows to start the slow, finishing off with the Chains of Corruption, and at the end of it, corrupt though those chains may have been, not a whole lot to say about it.
Yep, that was, I guess he wanted to force Pritzsky out of lane once and for all. He will pick up a Zeal. And actually a nice bit of gold for T-Cross. Gonna finish that tier. Might go for a couple of long swords as well to build into that brutalizer for the later game. For now, though, lane's going nicely in favor of Memorial. That gank in the bot lane was perfect for T-Cross, and actually, Master Roshi looking to get another gank off. Can they get him? Summoners are down.
Oh man, there we go. The play for the slowest of the beast, very low, and he's gonna go down in one more auto attack, and the hook to land a second one, a second double kill here. And man, you want to talk about snowball starting to roll? TSM Mother of Pearl is an avalanche.
Yeah, Master Roshi, he's done so well to get his Tristana. 4 kills so far in 7 minutes and 30 seconds is pretty ludicrous, and I would like to see a pink ward, you know, in this ward, in this bush right next to their lane, but it might even be too late at this point because I'm not sure for how much longer this turret's going to stay alive. Still, 3,000 gold now, almost 3,000 gold lead for Memorial High School. That bot lane has been snowballed so well that we'll probably expect Master Roshi to start snowballing these other lanes too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily too late, but in the immortal words of 3 Days Grace, it's not too late. It's never too late. So we'll see how true those words ring here as we start to hit some of those big power spikes here. And of course, for basically the entire team of University School Milwaukee, as soon as they hit level 6, they start to get a ton of synergy coming in. A lot of knockups, a lot of just group up and do stuff. Here we go, T-Cross versus Pulsefire. He's level 6, very low on the mana though, and look at that damage from Master Roshi. The Chilling Smite and some more damage, and there is more kills coming the way.
Oh man, University School Milwaukee, they were trying to find something on to T-Cross, but Pulsefire is not incredibly strong at this point, and Eagle as well as Master Roshi were right there. So that's now 2 more kills, 100% kill participation to that jungler we were looking out for, Master Roshi, and Memorial High School looking to just have such a ridiculous lead at this point. They could probably take any objective, especially Dragon, and I feel like that's what they should be going for in just these next few minutes.
That's right. You can really sort of just cover the mini-map and look for which lever lane the camera's on. If they're playing aggressive, chances are Evelyn's there, and when he's not, you can actually see them play remarkably a little bit more passively. Of course, maybe not true in the bottom lane where you've got a 4-0 Tristana, who may not need that jungle pressure anymore, but man, just a beautiful early game job by Master Roshi to snowball the side lanes and start to get those going. However, the one lane he hasn't impacted is top lane. That's fairly even, bunch of tanky tanks up there, Syzicus versus bot lane Feed GG, who ironically enough is in the top lane.
Well, he's talking about his bot lane feeding.
Oh, that's true. But once again, not necessarily true because they're actually the most fed on the entire map.
T-Cross, he's looking to clear out this pink ward, although Pulsefire was in the area but working on Scuttle Crab, so he's not going to be in any danger. And now the question is, how do University School Milwaukee come back? The answer is the Wombo combo. But at the moment, Pritzky is pretty far behind, so they probably won't even try to team fight.
Yeah, a lot of champions in the mid lane just coming and going, whether or not they're ganking, but not really all that much being accomplished. And of course, you can just follow this Master Roshi guy around, find out where he's going, and look to that lane for some more action. Currently, it looks like he's heading mid lane. He is walking around unspotted by any of these wards, keep in mind. There's no enemy pink wards on the map at all, so he can basically go wherever he wants, and currently it looks like he's setting up a dive on this very low health bottom turret.
Yeah, the turret is very low health, although the champions are still pretty healthy. Diana's
Here we
nearby.
go.
This is risky.
Ward behind the turret. Just kill the turret. He's going to get some Ice Shield from Agony's Embrace. Tons of damage onto Simaplease. The dive in, though, from Pulsefire. Can he turn this one around? Master Roshi very low. The exhaust is out there. Will we see the save there? And there's the buster shot. Mother of Pearl. Picking up the kill there. Syzyka's trying to get in on the action, but forced the ult out of the situation. And this is just going bad from worse, from bad to worse. 3 more kills for Memorial.
Yeah, Pulsefire was in the area, but he wasn't able to close the distance in time. That turret went down, and so did the champions. And Memorial High School have put on an absolute clinic so far. It's only 11 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, but at this rate, are we going to see a perfect game?
Perfect, not a phrase I use all that often. I'm just saying that this is about as close as it gets. Now, you could say, well, perfect is not letting the enemy kill any minions in their lane. No. Perfect game, you don't kill any champions, any turrets, dragons, or barons. So you got 4 stats you got to look for, and currently it's big zeros in all of those for University School of Milwaukee. Man,
yeah, the turrets are low, or excuse me, the turrets aren't low at all. All of the turrets are nearly at 100% HP. So how do Milwaukee find advantages in this game, Rapid? That is what I'm looking out for. And I've got a couple of ideas, they could just try and go for this Wombo. But again, Pritzky is only on that Zeal. The enemy team is so much more fed than literally every single champion except for this top lane. But a Malphite who's going tanky can't carry on his own.
That's very true. Whoa, Pulsefire catches Eagle. 5-2-9 up there in the bush. But here comes Master Roshi in a 1v1. Pritzky is going to wish he had a few more items there. Oh my gosh, Master Roshi, that damage. He's got even a giant spell too. It's just that spell blade helping him out with that damage. And wow, what a strong jungle performance. We talked about, kind of hyped up Master Roshi before this game. He is definitely living up to it.
Yeah, he's definitely lived up. Indeed. They're sieging up around this mid-turret. Pulsefire cannot protect that on his own.
And going deep there, the chains of corruption. It doesn't even matter. Corrupt, just, neutral alignment, you're still going down to it. Just barely the tip of that Agony's Embrace. Oh. But look at the Mother of Pearl over the wall. He's not stopping there, getting another bounce out there. Something tells me Brahm's going to be okay. But a very valuable and rare position for members of University School of Milwaukee.
Yep, Milwaukee just not respecting the amount of damage coming out of Memorial so far, and Memorial taking advantage after advantage, finding kill after kill. Syzyka's doing well in this top lane, but he's still down in farm, and he hasn't used his teleport effectively so far in this game, and the rest of his team has just not had a great start. Or even a good start, for that matter.
I was going to say, you are being very kind there, C-Moose. If I had a list of friends that I wanted to tell me I was great when I totally sucked, you'd be #1 on the list. Because this is a fairly large shutout. And as far as even just putting the numbers up on the board, it's not looking very likely. Malphite going to continue to get tankier. The jungle situation for Jungle Diana, not really going to take off anytime soon. But oh man, the turnaround top lane, Syzyka's going to put him on the board. 1 kill there, and what a turnaround. Gonna be the first kill up there for University School of Milwaukee.
So, Syzyka, his damage was more than bot lane fed GG expected, and now the table has turned bot lane fed GG. It's actually the top lane who's only died once so far from Memorial. That being said, though, besides the moral victory of not being shut down completely, this game is still absolutely in Memorial's control. They're up, 7,500. After 15 minutes, that means T-Cross has been able to stack this tier. Oh, he actually didn't get that blue buff. That was a little bit awkward.
Unfortunate. Yeah, always a little bit shaky when that doesn't go where it's needed to. But in the end, of course, I guess maybe not the biggest of changes that's going to make. I think the biggest change is going to be whether or not you can get all of University School Milwaukee's champions in one place, and then make sure all of Memorial's champions are in another place, and just wombo combo the crap out of that. However, as the game draws on, that seems incredibly less likely with things like that. There's a knockup, but I don't think Yasuo ever wants to go in on that. No, by the way, he can't, because he's dead.
Yeah, the wind wall was down. Prince Guy got hit by the hook, and that is all she wrote. Now, 5 members. They're looking to rotate top lane. They might even set up a pick. Wow, these guys are truly evil. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. They're going for the objective. Never mind. I thought if they had just waited there for a couple of seconds, that would have been so rude. But you can see how many wards they put up there. They could easily find a pick there if they wanted.
I always wondered who the she was when it says that's all she wrote. Like, is there somebody writing all of this? I think maybe like we want to go once again back to that Greek mythology. Maybe it's like, you know, the
Maybe.
Ides
Or it's like the fat
Fates.
lady sings, right?
Yeah,
Who's the
exactly.
fat lady?
It's the fat lady. She's singing, she's writing, she's multitasking. I gotta go check with my my Greek philosophy majors on the etymology of that one. But looks like as far as League of Legends goes, top lane, a somewhat insurmountable push here for University School Milwaukee. They're kind of chilling up there behind their turret. It's like, well, we need to defend this one point on the map, and every other point on the map not having such a good time either.
Yeah, I will say Milwaukee, they've hit some power spikes. You know, that static shift completed, rune glaive. But they've hit their first item power spikes after about 16 minutes. Their enemy laners are working on their second items, have their boots already completed, and they are just going to go back into this top lane. Wow, the patience there from Memorial gonna pay dividends.
Yeah, just wait around. You don't even have to like go for a crazy engage or poke out your opponents. Just stay still. This is something, a concept I wish, you know, more like solo queue teams would sort of get in mind. It's like, you don't always have to do something, but in this case, Master Roche is going to make it happen. He's going to dash in there, and Echo going to go in, but man, the turnaround, there's a little bit of a wombo combo. Hits good, but no damage. Now the fight continues here. Master Roshi trying to get out alive very, very low, and will finally get cut down, but not without some revenge there. Prince Guy going down as well, and in the end, that is a 3-for-1 exchange in Memorial High School's favor.
Yeah, they're looking for the inhibitor turret. They're probably going to get at least the turret, although their wave is starting to thin out. The timers are so low, though, that Pulse Fire has already respawned, and Simon Beast is going to be in the area, which means that inhib is not going to follow. Still, 18 minutes, 12,000 gold lead. That, you know, I hate saying a game is over until the game is actually over, but Rapid, Milwaukee have to be thinking about game 2. There is so little chance now.
That is very true, Simus, and especially when you consider the very short respawn timers and the, I guess, decent amount of wave clear. You can, you know, do things like throw out crescent sweep. You can, well, I guess there's not a ton of wave clear either. Maybe Pritz Guy can, you know, throw up the double shields along with Harris Pure's Braum and, you know, use that to clear out the wave when it finally comes in. But man, we're coming up on you know, a minute and 30 seconds until Baron spawns, and something tells me that's not going to live much longer past that.
Yep, between just all this damage that Memorial High School have, even Echo building damage, actually, they could very easily take it down. The play would probably be to take that top inhibitor just for insurance, and it seems like that might be what Memorial are actually planning. At the moment, though, they're all grouped up, and between the Tristana and the Bears, their siege and pushing potential and turret taking potential is very, very high. So it'll really be up to Milwaukee to once again find that wombo if they want any chance of staving this aggression.
Wombo combo. We saw it actually like work in that last fight. Sisychus and Pritzky hit the Malphite ult into the Yasuo last breath, and you're just like, oh my goodness, that looks so cool, and does absolutely nothing. A lot of CC, but just no damage to back it up. We're starting to see this. Oh my gosh, 5-man Agony's embrace, a huge shield from Master Roshi. Pritzky, he's going down there without ulting, and even though Malphite's tanky, he's not tanky enough. A double kill, triple, or actually just three champions dead. At the end of that fight, it's only the support and jungle left alive here for Milwaukee, and oh my gosh, game not going to go on very much longer. With pushes into the base and the first inhibitor falling, Memorial High School, they're putting up some big numbers.
20 minutes in, though, the death timers are still so low, and they don't have any minion wave that they couldn't end the game right there. But yeah, we're just gonna call it. Just a couple of more minutes, really, to see Memorial High School get the rest of the objectives they feel they need to get more kills and pick up more inhibitors, and then eventually the Nexus itself. So I want to talk a bit about what we saw, how the game got to this point, and what happened really was Master Roshi on this Evelyn snowballed his bot lane, and then he snowballed his mid lane, and then he got so many kills for himself that they could just group up and win the game on their own. And University School Milwaukee, for game number 2, they have to find a way to stifle Master Roshi, whether that's banning Evelyn, whether that's a jungle that's more aggressive than Diana early. I'm not sure what it's going to take, but they cannot let this happen for the second game.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point, you better be looking towards that second game. It's coming and might be here a little bit ahead of schedule with as quickly as Memorial High School are moving here. They're going to come up the mid lane. No Baron buff necessarily. Talking about, you know, that spawning and the significance therein. Astroshi, though, looking for the Chilling Smite. Gets it on to Pulse Fire. Down to half HP off of one single savagery. There we go.
Yeah.
Ravage, there we go. I thought it was Savage. It's actually Ravage.
Oh,
It's like, that's not the right one. Going in for the knockup. Where's the combo? There's, oh man, the Echo dive in on top of the Chains of Corruption. Way too much to deal. Mother of Pearl just jumping in underneath the turret. Just going for more. Gets exhausted, so no more kills to come there. But with one inhibitor down and super minions on the Nexus turret, this will be Memorial High School just shutting out their opponents. Oh man, not going to be an uneventful end of the game here, as many more suicides coming in. The teleport channeled, and at the end of 22 minutes and 7 seconds, that'll be a 23-2 score with the Memorial High School coming in to pick up that win over University School of Milwaukee.
Yeah, Memorial High School, it wasn't a perfect game, but it might as well have been, and they give us the shortest High School Star League game we've seen this season for sure, and potentially in recorded history, because that was something else entirely. And I'm just taking a look at the damage stats. Evelyn did almost more damage than the entire enemy team combined.
Wow, just, yeah, incredible play there by Master Roshi, and of course the entire Memorial High School combined. We're going to take a quick break before we come back with game number 2. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be right back with Memorial High School versus University School of Milwaukee here in the High School Star League's League of Legends fall semester. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.